Now, for step 3, the first thing you need to do is put the white side at the top like this. And you are also going to pick a side. So I'm going to pick this as my front side. And once you pick it, you cannot change the front side. You have to stick with it until you finish step 3. Step 3 is very similar to step number 1. You do clock, clock, counter, counter until you have a yellow here. So now let's do clock, clock, counter, counter, clock, clock, counter, counter, clock, clock, counter, counter, clock, clock, counter, counter. And now we have a yellow here. Now I want you to put your thumb up here and just rotate the bottom. This step is very important. Just rotate the bottom so that this one is no longer a yellow. And now you repeat the process. Clock, clock, counter, counter, clock, clock, counter, counter, clock, clock, counter, counter, clock, clock, counter, counter, clock, clock, counter, counter. And sometimes you have to do it very quickly. Clock, clock, counter, counter, clock, clock, counter, counter. So now we have a yellow here. Again, you put your thumb up here and rotate the bottom so that this one is no longer a yellow. Clock, clock, counter, counter, clock, clock, counter, counter. And there we go, we have another yellow. Let's solve the last one. Clock, clock, counter, counter, clock, clock, counter, counter, clock, clock, counter, counter, clock, clock, counter, counter. And now we have 4 yellows. And as you can see, if you just turn it to the right, then the entire cube is now solved. So that's basically it for solving the 2x2 Rubik's Cube, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please kindly click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and also share this video to your friends as well. In the next tutorial, I'll show you how to solve the 3x3 Rubik's Cube, and it's also very easy.